right, internet. So it is Friday here in Texas. This is the last day before this winter storm that's supposed to be coming in. But I figured I should go and get a little one last ride in, at least for a week or however long this is gonna last. And I was also gonna make a little video answering a question. I had a comment on Instagram. It was more towards the Berserk stuff, but just asking about the build. So I figured this is a good time as any to run through the bike again. It's been a little while, so this will be like a bit of a walkthrough. So I rode around a little bit and found this new neighborhood, so it's kind of nice and clear up here. A little windy, but hopefully you could hear me good. So this is the bike. It's 1972 FLH. Shovel head. I'll drop a picture of when I got this bike. So just small backstory, it was a marketplace bike that I was seeing for a while, or not a while, but a couple weeks, and I had just paid off the Softail that I had, and I thought, well, what the hell, let me hit this guy up, because he said trades welcome or something like that. So I sent him some pictures and he asked for some video. The next thing I know, me and some buddies are driving to it was in like Mansfield, kind of near Dallas, so like 4 or 5 hour drive for us. And yeah, we went over and it was an even trade, and that's how I got the first version of this bike, and then I did a walkthrough. But fast forward to now, and this is how we're looking. So just all in all, overall, went with the bare tinned. I've just been kind of sanding it here and there as time goes on, and seeing how shiny I can get it. I'm living in the it's not too critical, which I like. So there's shiny parts, there's old parts. I don't worry too much about it getting scratched up. But yeah, I sanded all this down for paint, and then Born Free Texas 4 came up last year, and I was like, all right, I'll paint it after. And then there was something else came up, and then I just started calling it the Guts bike when it was just bare steel. It just kind of seemed fitting. And then I just slowly added stuff, and it just kind of went from there. So do a little walk around before my stupid GoPro batteries die. So I guess starting with the tank, as far as the Berserk stuff, for a person in the comments. So I made this myself, just a regular gas cap, but I drew it out, etched it out, painted this with acrylic, and it's holding pretty good. So pretty easy. I just used a Dremel to scratch it in more. I mean, the beauty about Berserk related things is it doesn't have to be perfect. This I got from his name is Triumph Head 650. I'm sorry, man, if I screwed that up, but makes a bunch of these for SNS carbs, and I just thought this one was cool, kind of symbolic of the God hand. I'm not gonna go all into Berserk lore. If you know, you definitely know. This one is pretty sick, so I made this myself. This is a Baylet, also from Berserk, obviously, but this is cool. I did it with I had a steel shifter, and I grinded it down and to the shape. It was like a circle with a flat spot, and then I used body filler, covered it with body filler. I left the detail parts raised, and then I shaped them myself, and then I painted with acrylic, and then went over it with some clear coat. So I think it came out super well. If you look up Baylet, you'll know. Look, it's a weird looking thing, and that's just how they look. But yeah, it feels perfect. And like when I reach back to grab it, my hands fit perfectly around it, like my fingers fit. So it's like, it's really nice. I'm super proud of it. I'm stoked on it. Then I got, of course, one of the Guts blades. He doesn't really name them. Some are called the Dragon Slayer. This is one of my favorite ones. So I just kind of keep that there. I do have some Guardian bells, but I like that little dangly bit. Honestly, Berserk wise, I think that's it. My keychain has also the Brand of Sacrifice. This was the first thing I had just because I had it for years, and then I put it on the bike key and then that's kind of where, you know, I just kind of started adding stuff. I mean, I just think in general, these bikes, the older big twins, are also kind of have parallels to, I think, like the Guts or Berserk manga, just because a lot of the theme is like, I mean, aside from eternal sacrifice and struggling, but it's like endurance, and I think it kind of parallels with riding these older big twins, because just going to the store, something could rattle off or fall apart or whatever. You're always having to strip these bikes down and, you know, take parts off, rebuild things, keep on moving. And I don't know, I kind of feel like that draws some parallels to Berserk as well. Yeah, as far as the little things I've added, that's kind of it for Berserk wise. This is razor wire, which I thought was kind of cool. I had it longer, but it was a little too far out, so this is how we have it now. And yeah, that's it kind of for the Berserk stuff. And then just to kind of keep on with the bike, this is a lowbrow 21 that I put on there, just spool wheel. Didn't really have front brake when I got it. I just think front brakes are so stupid expensive that I usually just, it's not a matter of me not wanting one, it's just the front brake reservoirs are like $300-400, and then I don't know, if I really want it, I'd get it. If not, I don't really care. And then I put this switch on here for the headlight, which is cool. So right now it's off. You got your high-low. So that's pretty sick. I always like adding that in there, like adding your own button. That way you can control it or switch. These bars came with the bike. People ask me about them a lot. I don't know what they are. They're 12-inch rise. I think they're mini apes. They're really comfortable, so I'm keeping them on the bike. Built well whiskey throttle. Kind of standard mirror. I want to get like that little lowbrow spot mirror. Looks a little cooler. I believe this is just the lowbrow, the vintage style Springer. So, you know, not original, nothing super fancy there. Like I said, it's the FLH, so that's a 74 cubic inch motor. This oil bag was on there. I had thought about changing it to a horseshoe, but it's kind of different, you know. Horseshoes, you know, you see them all the time. So, and it was in good shape, so I decided I'm gonna just hang on to that. I mean, little accents here and there, brass kicker, 4-speed transmission. I've had this on my other bike, and it fit on this one with the older gold tins. Prism supply, King Cobra rigid frame seat. I like it. It looks really good. It's pretty comfortable. I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable, but it's definitely got more cushion than none, which I like, so I'll roll with it. The exhaust was already on there. I just made the slash cuts. It had black paint, and I took the paint off and then did the slash cuts, just something to make it look cool in the meantime. I still plan to do some up sweeps. I have some fishtails for those that I'll get welded on and then either polish it, or I doubt I'll chrome it, but something down the line. This is the fender that came on it. I just sanded it down when I was gonna paint it. Super close, but it actually doesn't rub. This mark was already here, probably when a rock got stuck. Doesn't rub, but I also want to raise it up a little bit at some point. I may get my buddy to make a sissy bar for this bike, like he did on my other one, and then at that time I'll raise this up a little bit. But surprisingly, it does not rub. This did break, and I got a new one just because I liked it. And then I made a little bracket because it wasn't sticking out enough, so I made this so that it actually sticks out and lights up the plate, I guess. Speaking of little brackets, I made this little bracket, this key bracket, which is kind of cool. Just made it out of aluminum, so super simple. But I made it because I really wanted this teeny tiny ignition switch from Prism, which is cool because you can turn the bike on and then you can take the key out, or you just leave it in, so that's cool. Wassel tank from Lowbrow. Like I said, it was just regular steel, and I've just kind of been polishing it as I get bored. Chop City Custom sissy bar seat, which is actually super sick. I've had a few seats and this one doesn't move on me. It's got some pretty decent space. I got their straps too, just because they look cool. We did do, it wasn't jockey shift when I got it, and I ended up doing that conversion. So just a bit of stainless steel chain right there. It was open primary, but I had to kind of go through it. There was a whole thing. The front pulley teeth were different from the back, really weird. The stator rotor cup was all chewed up, so I had to do a little bit of work to get it going good. But yeah, it's pretty sick. Jockey shift's fun. I did a little bit of practice at the school near my house and got the hang of it pretty easy. This petcock here is just one of the cheapest ones on lowbrow. I had the Prism Supply petcock on my Softail, which looks really sick, works really sick. It's just a little pricey, so I plan to do it later, but I got this in the meantime, and I mean, it does its job, right? So may swap that out in the future. That may be about it. These Vans grips were on here. I tried the lane split ones, but they're actually a little loose, which I was bummed because I really liked them. But I don't know, they work for now. My hands are really dry and callous, so I kind of need the rubber grips. Plastic ones kind of hurt my hands. I think that's about it. I mean, as far as future plans, like I said, I probably will get a different sissy bar from my buddy so I can adjust that rear fender, probably the up sweeps. I mean, this looks cool. I don't not like this at all, but I don't know, I just have had this idea of up sweeps for a while, and I thought it'll probably still happen. I may do a negative front end, negatives, like maybe a -2 Springer in the front, possibly slightly taller bars, but I don't want to make this bike too high on the apes. My other bike has some pretty high ones, so I don't want to have it look similar. Just if I'm feeling different, ride a different bike. I think that's about it. I'm gonna get my camera out, take some photos before it gets too dark, and then probably head home. But our velocity stack is brass. I think I can't remember where I got this from, but you can find them. Alrighty, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.